I've had several conversations with several different archetypes of people over the past week, and nobody gets it. If you're young, ambitious, you want to be something someday, you want to be stuck in the same cycle doing labor work or stuck in a corporate office all day, this is for you. Nobody is built to love work. It's just not a thing. So it's actually on you to instill that into yourself. And I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. Nobody is born with the mindset to go build $1 billion business. It's instilled into them that they need to be something better and bigger than they are right now. And if you don't have that within yourself, watching this video is the first step. Like, that's just all it is. Every single entrepreneur I've talked to has this thing. It's hard to quantify what this thing is, but you can describe it. It's this drive to do more. Even when you are more, even where you are where you say you wanted to be 6 months ago, you still want more. Every goal that you say would make you happy will not make you happy. If you want to make 30 grand a month, once you make that 30 grand a month, it won't make you happy. You're on to 100 grand. Once you hit 100 grand, I'm guaranteed you'd be on to $1 million. And I know this because the day that I hit 10K, which for context, I thought was going to be one of the best days of my entire life. I had thought about it for years on end, dreaming in my bed, just thinking about it, praying. And then I hit it on like a random Tuesday night. It was like 9:30 p.m. counting up all my invoices, and I hit it. And I felt nothing but drive for the 20K month. Because I had lied awake in my bed for years, countless nights on end, experiencing that feeling of hitting 10K a month over and over and over again in my head. And so when I finally did, it felt like every other night. And then I was on to 20K. Then I hit 20K. And I wanted 30K. And I haven't hit 30K yet, so I still want it. And when I hit 30K, I feel like it's going to feel really good, but I know I'm just going to be on to 100K. And that's the drive that every single person I've spoke to that's been successful or is going to be successful has. So you need to instill that into yourself, that you have the drive no matter what. And it comes down to loving the work, right? No one's going to do the work for you. So unfortunately, you have to love the work, because if you don't love the work, or at least in some part what you do, you're not going to succeed. Because that's going to be your day for 16 hours every single day for multiple decades on end. And so if you don't love what you're doing, you're not going to be successful. Right? Because a person that loves what they're doing can outwork you 10x. Because they can just sit there and work longer and they enjoy it. But if you have to trudge through every single hour of work that you do, good luck. Now, there's going to be parts of work that you don't like. Like, I don't like editing videos, but I have to do it. But I do like shooting videos. I don't necessarily like sitting there and filing through emails, but I do like doing back-end work in sales. You just got to find that balance. Everything comes at a cost. You're going to have to understand that people won't understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, until it works. Just how it is. People don't understand why I make decisions so fast. And to this day, it is my biggest pet peeve. People around me will ridicule, question, and just downright like pick apart my decisions in terms of how fast I make them. Like, for example, like 2 weeks ago, I wanted to buy something for my business that was $8,000. And the day after I started wanting that thing, I bought it. And I told my family about it, and I got nothing but negative remarks, hate, judgment. And that's what it's been like my entire life when I move fast to buy things, to make decisions. And that's a good thing. I'm okay with the hate. I'm okay with the indifference from my family, my friends, because I know that making the fast decisions has gotten me to where I am right now. So I can't necessarily sit there and feel bad for myself and feel bad that my family doesn't approve of it, because it is gotten me to where I am right now, to the point where I'm making good money, and I dropped out of university, and I'm all around just living my dream life. Like, I'm very grateful for where I want to be, or for where I am right now, sorry. And I couldn't have gotten here without making decisions fast. So as an entrepreneur, you got to get used to that. You got to get used to wanting something and then buying it the day of for multiple 4 figures, up to 5 figures when you're starting off. because you understand that that decision is going to benefit, make or break the next 6 months with the business. If you wait and think about it for 6 months, what's going to happen? Nothing. You're going to be the same dude having the same skill set, except you just wasted time thinking about something that you were ultimately going to make the decision on anyway. I like to think about this story with Picasso. There's a story where he's sitting in a restaurant and a lady comes up to him with a napkin and she says, draw on this napkin for me. And he draws her a little picture and she asks, how much is it? How much is the napkin worth? And he says, it's around 50 million. She's blown away. It's like, that's it? It's like a little stick man. And he says, well, why don't you think it's worth 50 million? She says, because it took you like 5 minutes. And he says, no, it took me 50 years. And the reason behind that story is because he's 50 years old. He's been painting for 50 years. So his entire experience is put into that napkin. That's the same way you have to think about making decisions. I've been an entrepreneur for about a year and a half, 2 years now. And in making those decisions, I have 2 years of experience backing me in terms of making fast decisions. And that should be the same for you. You shouldn't look at it in the binary, like you thought of it the same day, you bought it the same day. That's not how long the decision took for you to make. It's really about how long you've been in the business making decisions that benefit the business, right? It's not about the amount of time it took you to actually make the decision in the day. It's about the time that people don't see where you sat there thinking in your room till 3 a.m. about the business and where you're at, why you're not as far as you want to be. Another thing that I've faced recently that wasn't necessarily on the list of things that I expected to happen was hate from family. Now, not in the way you'd think, because everyone says you're going to get hate from your family, your friends. It's just how it is, right? But the funny thing is you'll get hate from the people that you least expected it from. And that hurts a lot more than the people that you expected it from, because that's just something that you already knew was going to happen. But as soon as you look up to someone, or someone that you feel like would be on your side isn't, it's kind of heartbreaking. And that's something that I'm still dealing with a little bit, but I think over time, with results, we'll get a little bit better. Business is hard. It's not necessarily like crazy, like medieval times torture hard. It's hard. I remember back when I used to run my window cleaning company, before I'd scaled up to like a sales team, I was the only person that was knocking doors. And so I'd sit in my car and I kid you not, I would literally cry before I went and knocked doors because I was so sick and tired of people slamming doors in my face and telling me no. Because it was disheartening. Like the kid that literally went from zero sales knowledge to like full into the trenches, like knocking doors every single day. I just could not handle it. I could not handle all the rejection. And I remember one specific day where it was before I had like 3 hours to go knock doors or something like that. And I knocked for an hour. The neighborhood wasn't good. I was getting people shutting doors on me, telling me to go fuck myself. And it was just like really bad. It was a bad day. It was raining. And I remember sitting in my car in the next neighborhood over, ready to start knocking. And I just sat and I just cried. I just couldn't handle it, bro. The pressure of like the business on my shoulders and knowing that if I didn't kill anything, I wouldn't eat was like crushing. And that feeling, like I just don't want to feel that feeling again. In my mind, like that was just the cost of doing business, because most people aren't willing to do things that'll push them to the edge like that. And that's why people don't end up making it to those high numbers in terms of money, in terms of growth of the business. It's because they're not willing to go through that stage, right? If you think about it like the Hunger Games, like people filter out at each thing that is hard. And as hard as things get, more people filter out, right? So you face a roadblock and you push through it, chances are 50% of people filtered out. You push through another roadblock, 25% of people filtered out. And then you're just left with like the elite people that actually can push through things. And until the very end, when it's just you and one other guy, and that's your competition. And for me, I understood this at the time. And so as I was crying, I got out of the car, wiped my shit off, and I went right to the next door and I started knocking again. And that day I actually made no money. Like I didn't sell a single person. And that was the first time that I hadn't sold a single person when I went out and door knocked. And it was disheartening, like genuinely disheartening. I think that was like the lowest time when I was running my business in general. Like it was the lowest point for me. People see things as like a binary, right? It's either a scam and it doesn't work, or they don't have the ability to do it because they don't have experience. That's just how it is. It's not like a scale of like, I don't have experience, so I got to get the experience. It's either I don't have the experience or it's a scam. And people just don't get it. Like people will sit there and watch Netflix for like 4 hours a day. You don't get it. You have no idea what's going on. People will sit there and they'll, I don't know, play video games for 4 hours a day. You don't get it, bro. You don't get it. Not yet, at least. You need to be comfortable with doing things on your own. Like sometimes you just won't have friends. Like you just won't. I didn't find a single friend in business until maybe 6 months in. I found like someone that slightly had the mindset that I did. And even then it was rocky. You have to be willing, to be alone. That's just how it is. I spent my last 4-ish grand on a course. I had $2 left in my bank account. Like that's it. I spent that last 4-ish grand on a course, and I went all in. And even then, I didn't have any friends. And only when I started making a little bit of money, people started reaching back out to me from high school. And obviously, then I met my business partner now. Not met, but just like reunited with them. But before that point, no one gave a shit, bro. Like no one cared. But that's okay. Like that's just how it should be for the start. That's what you got to get over. Like no one's gonna follow you. People are gonna think it's stupid. That's okay. Like starting a business, entrepreneurship, like one of the greatest self-love journeys you could possibly go on, because every single challenge that you face is your problem and yours only. And oftentimes to overcome those problems, it's going to take a lot of self-reflection, and it's going to take a lot of improvements in the areas that you know you are weak and insecure in. So if you can overcome those obstacles, you come out on the other side not only a richer person skills-wise, money-wise, but you're also just a better person overall. Definitely more whole. This is why business is so difficult, because you have to look the version of yourself in the eyes that is not adequate and not at the level that can make the good money. And you have to say, I have to fix you. We have some work to do. And you know how difficult that is? It's ego death in its fullest form. But some people aren't willing to go through that. And that's okay. And some people can look at this and say, you know what, business isn't that deep. Like business isn't that serious. It might not be. But if you have that mindset, you won't be successful. It is just numbers on a screen, and it's ones and zeros. But at the end of the day, to get to the point where you have substantial numbers and ones and zeros, and your business does grow at an exponential rate, you have to be the guy that has the ability to not only maintain a business at that level, but be worthy of bringing a business at that level up. And I'm telling you this, you won't be that guy if you just sit around and play video games all day, or scroll like reels all day, or you watch Netflix all day. You simply will be outworked by the person that's willing to put all their time and effort into the business. That's just how it is. So either take the trade or stop complaining. And everything is in your control. Nothing is impossible nothing is impossible unless it defies the laws of physics. I want you to understand that very clearly. You can make anything work unless it defies the laws of physics. People tell me all the time, I wish I could do what you do, but I just can't. Yes, you can. You absolutely can. If you have a pulse and a phone, you can get into high ticket sales. Unless it's against the laws of physics, you can get into high ticket sales. You can make money. You can start your own business. Don't tell me that it's impossible. Nothing's impossible unless it's against the laws of physics. If you come to me with a PhD written paper that says it's against the laws of physics, then I will say, you know what, you cannot do what I do. But I guarantee you cannot. It is the easiest thing in the entire world to say that it's impossible and not take action, But the people that do are going to be winners because they understand that anything is possible until it's proven impossible. That's just how it is. So don't say you want to be an entrepreneur. Don't say you want to get out of the 9-to-5 life. Don't say you want to make money online. Don't say you want all these things and don't act upon it because you are a bad person. You are my least favorite type of person. Don't hit my DM saying you wish you could be me, but you this, and that. I don't care. Yes, you can. Yes, and why? You and me are no different. Put simply, like, there's no difference between you and me except for the time that I put into something else, and that's okay. But don't come bitching to me when you didn't put your time into it, when I had all the resources right there for you. It's possible. You want it, go get it. There's a reason why fat people stay fat. It's the victim mindset. Least favorite thing in the entire world. Don't die like this, bro. Don't die a victim. Don't die insecure. And don't die with excuses. Because nothing is impossible until proven impossible by physics. Because until then, nobody fucking gets it.